since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Grape colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. 32-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. He hits Jermaine Kearse. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Lions first down.
So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Newton. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Here we go. Now, Katie. 44. Here we go, D.
A first down carry for Davis. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready, ready.
Throwing on 2nd down. Newton. And his throw here is incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. Right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now to Galladay on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
Set! 180.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Going deep this time for Miller. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
A A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Hines. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this 2 drives, ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is. Here on 3rd. Out of the gun, Stafford. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 22. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Gun.
Out of the gun, Newton. It's caught. It's Miller. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on 1st down. Davis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
20.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. He finds Robinson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain there of 21 yards. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Newton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They go back to the ground now with Davis. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. And he will break line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. He may try and run for this. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said.
It got his man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Davis. And he stopped immediately there. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. That one good for 37 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open it up to even more big plays.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Adam Shaheen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. 7-3 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the gun, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
That's taken on the 25. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Newton. And this is Gabriel on the catch. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Right to the 3. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing is Newton. Finding Gabriel complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
That's it. Ready. Defense wins championship. Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Newton now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Newton. That's complete to Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
First down, Chicago.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before the break. Newton. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 62 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
19-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Newton. And incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Here's Newton. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The kick by Bryan is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And he'll make it across the 20, as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. They run again with Hines. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started? Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there. Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This will be taken at the 10. A big boot that time. "57 yards the official distance, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Newton on 1st down. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here. It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game. Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Set! 20! Here we go. 2 times. Even, 4 down, even.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Stafford steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it. Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over. The derriere dips, I like that one. Yeah, I've been working on it for a little bit. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. 58 to Mike. Record. 49, check 49. Wide, get wide. Kill.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll run with McKissick. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 11-yard line.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! 32! Hey, 59.
Stafford. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. The shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Khalil Mack, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The shotgun snap for Newton. Caught by Montgomery. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on third down, Newton. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's Sam Martin now. Troy. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. He can't get him down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Newton to throw. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You lady!
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Alert!
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 9, check 9.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Newton now to throw. He's got Burton here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the 50, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 7. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Davis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Now it's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
On 4th down, Newton. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball...
And that's caught inside the 35. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go one more. Big air. Slam. Mike, check.
Here we go on 4th. Stanford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
What's that? Right there.
Check. Exit.
They go again with Davis. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
What is it?
And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Chicago, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign.